Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach.
And I'm Pepper.
And today our video that's being released is kind of going along with something that we were sort of selected for. It is the Stonemaier Games 2023 Charity Auction, which I believe we're going to try to have this go up about the same time it starts. But if you've never heard of this before, this is something that Stonemaier Games does every year, has been doing for like the last 10 years-ish, where they pick like 10 content creators, kind of usually some of the smaller ones like ourselves, and then those 10 content creators choose a charity, and then Stonemaier Games offers up kind of their products from the year, and then has a kind of auction thing going on. So that's kind of what we're talking about. We'll describe it a little bit more, a few more details about it, and then kind of talk about our charity just a little bit at the end as well. Yeah, we'll get started. Like I said, it should be starting around the same time this video goes up, and so I think that should be Wednesday, November 1st, depending on when you're watching this, at 9:30 a.m. Central Time, and then it'll last for only 2 days. So I think in the past it's known to kind of skyrocket pretty quickly in some of the bidding, at least in the past years. So this might not be something that everyone can easily partake in, because it might get up to like over $1,000 that you're bidding. So it could be a lot, and Stonemaier Games actually matches the winning bid up to $1,000 for each of the different auctions to also donate. So all those dollars are going there. And then one way you could contribute is giving a thumbs up on the Board Game Geek thread, which we'll link below. If you've never been to Board Game Geek before, I think it should be pretty... It's been a while since I created my account there, but I would assume it'd be pretty easy to create that account. And then you can give thumbs up to ours or any of the ones that sound interesting, and whichever one at the end has the most thumbs, also, I think, depending on how many or the number of thumbs up to a certain amount, I'm sure, will also get that much donated, whoever has the most thumbs. And I think we'd also, the content creator that had the most also wins some prize, I think, or something. So the rules can kind of be found there a little bit more, talking about kind of the auction and kind of the rules with the bidding and stuff. But then, so I think the biggest ways for people that, aren't able to do that, to still donate, potentially, are doing those kind of thumbs up. Like I said, we'd appreciate it if you thumb ours up, but if you see other ones on there that you like too, you can definitely thumbs those up, or all of them. And then I think alongside this as well, one of the prizes from last year was golden wingspan eggs, and I believe they'll be having them on the Stonemaier Games website. We'll try to link that below as well, Pepper. You're going to have a lot of work linking some things.
So many links.
But I don't know. I don't know what the price will be for those, but I believe $1 will go for each of their sales of those. $1 will go to each of the charities as well. So that's also a good way that you can donate if you really like wingspan and want golden medal eggs. That could be a good way to do that as well. And then one of the other content creators that was chosen was Corey from BlueFalconBoardGaming, and he actually did some interviews. I don't believe it was with all 10 of the people, but I think he got a good handful of them at least, and with me being one of them. So we'll link that below as well if you want to check out the interviews to learn more about those channels. And you can check out his content. He's really nice to talk to, so definitely go over there and support him as well. I'll read off, or maybe I'll let you, Pepper. I've been talking the whole time. Maybe I'll let you, if you want to, read off. This is very important. You get to read off what's going to be in each of these packages.
So all of these, this is what you're auctioning on.
This is what is going to be, received by the winners of each of the 10 auctions.
So
there's 10 of them going on.
10 of these
packages.
Packages, yes. So that will be one copy of Apiary, individually numbered 1 through 10, and I believe that's assigned to the highest bid would get the 1, and then up to the 10.
I think, it's either 1 to the 10, or they get to pick.
Or they get
number.
To pick,
I can't remember, but...
Yeah, but again, you can check out all the details. Maybe I'll see it here. One Expeditions, so a copy of Expeditions, another one of their newer games this year, new games this year.
Yep, so those are their 2 releases from this year for big games wise, and we actually have content on those as well. We'll link those below, along with last year we did Stone Timber videos, so we have content for pretty much all the Stonemaier games.
We'll link the Stonemaier playlist below, and you can.
Yes, we have a lot of it, so you can check out these brand new ones that you would potentially be bidding on, or you can go back and look at pretty much any of those.
Yeah, and that would be the Ironclad edition.
Okay, so the mechs are metal.
So the metal mechs will be in that edition here.
Yep.
Then an Expeditions playmat, which we do not have the playmat.
We do not.
But yeah, very nice. A Wingspan fan art pack, which we do own, and that's a bunch of cards from Wingspan that people submitted their art for these specific birds, and they chose a bunch of them and just released. How many cards is it in that pack?
I don't remember how many it is. I think
it's more than enough to play a game of Wingspan.
Yeah, I don't want to say because I might be wrong, but I think it's about, it might be over 200. It's actually over there, so
2 feet away.
Unfortunately,
way over there.
But
yeah, and then
I can go get it.
He'll go get it. He'll go get
it.
One Wingspan digital soundtrack, and that is a vinyl signed by the composer Paweł Górniak. Don't know exactly how to pronounce the name, but signed by them and shipped by Monster Couch. So
yeah, that was an interesting one. In the past, I don't know if they've had something like that, so I'm not sure what to expect with that. But
they're pretty cool, I think.
So these will be the Wingspan fan art. So yeah, it was contributed by pretty much everyone. 255 unique fan art. I was going to say over 200, but I wanted to be sure first. So that'll be one of the things you are bidding on.
Yeah, and then a pack of golden metal Wingspan eggs. So those eggs you mentioned before, you could get them in here as well. One full set of Wingspan Vision friendly cards. Okay. One signed advanced copy of the Tapestry Final Revised Civilization pack.
That one I was pretty excited about.
Yeah.
So that has not been released at all yet.
No.
And I don't think it's going to be until next year, first quarter. So this is going to be your one chance to probably get it this year. You're going to be one of the first people with it, and it'll be signed. Yeah. I guess I'm not sure what kind of packaging is going to be coming in that it's signed, but I guess they'll find out.
That would be the most exciting for me currently of these items. We absolutely love.
We have almost half these.
We do
already,
have a lot of them so far, but we absolutely love Tapestry. And then one advanced set of these Rolling Realms promos. So that is Apiary, Boone Lake, and Scoventier.
Yeah, not sure exactly how that's pronounced, but so yeah, if you're a big fan of Rolling Realms, you can get those ones. And I'm guessing probably not all of this stuff exactly, but a good chunk of these items you can go get at the Stonemaier web store probably.
Yeah,
I think they should be available, assuming they're not sold out. But.
Yeah, and that will be free shipping to anywhere in the world from St. Louis. In November. They say they'll cover custom fees, if any. So totally free shipping.
Okay.
Which is great. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll be getting that full entire package. Obviously, if probably not actually worth. I don't know. I think last year all of them were above 1,000 for bids. So I don't know if it's quite $1,000 worth, probably, but it's obviously it's all for charity. So that'll make it a little bit more difficult to if you're trying to just get a good value or something for this. I don't think that's probably going to be possible in this case, but you can still go out and purchase most of that stuff from their web store. But yeah, so that's kind of the packages you're bidding for, and then I guess we'll just talk about. I don't think there's anything else really with that. Like I said, most of the rules should be on that if you go to Board Game Geek. If you have any questions on how to get there or how that works or whatever, definitely leave a comment below. We'd be glad to answer and try to help with that.
Yeah, throw some more.
Not
links.
The most tech savvy,
so
so Pepper's way more tech savvy than I am. So ask him. But yeah, our the charity that we selected as ours was Mending Spirits Animal Rescue, and we'll link this below as well, website. But we just knew that we wanted. We've been kind of animal lovers our whole life, and us specifically grew up with many dogs in the house. At most points, I think when I was very young, and I don't know if you would have been born yet. I think we had just one dog for a while, but then it got to two, and then there was a minimum of two for pretty much the entirety of our younger lives.
Up to four.
Up to four. So always have had at least dogs in our life, and knew we wanted our charity to be related to animals, and yeah, we ended up picking this one. This one's more pretty much just close to us, a local charity to us, because we live in southern Minnesota, and that's where this one is, in that area. And yeah, it's where we actually got Cookie. So that was kind of the final deciding factor, because there's, like I'm guessing there are in most areas, there's many, shelters, rescues, and stuff, which are all doing good stuff. But yeah, just the kind of the final nail in the coffin was the fact that this is where we did get our dog Cookie, and so we had actually gone through the adoption process and got to see how they handled that, and it definitely seemed like they were digging heavily into our past, I'm assuming, because it did take a while to get Cookie. I will say that I was a little disappointed in that, but at the end of the day, I'm glad that they were looking to try to get her into a good home.
The right home.
Right home. I don't know if we could say good, but we try. We try to give her. She's pretty spoiled. But yeah, so, and I think another thing which makes it difficult for this one in particular is they have no physical location. So it's all, and all their staff are all volunteers. So they're lending their homes to house these animals, and taking their time out of their day to do all this. So obviously with that, then there's always, takes a little extra time. So any dollars that they can get are very helpful. And yeah, I think this was, as I was reading more about it, which was one thing I didn't really know, because obviously when we were looking for Cookie, we were specifically looking for a dog. We weren't just looking for any pet. But it sounds like they're also one of the only all-animal rescues in southern Minnesota. So they take in all animals, or all animal types. I think something that I'd read that said they had at some point, or they'd had 30 different types of animals come through. Wow. So yeah, they've had it all, well, maybe not all, but they've had a lot of things, which is interesting, because I guess usually when I think of animal shelter or something, I usually think mainly dogs and then cats. Yeah, kind of the two things that I think of. But sounds like they've had snakes and probably birds and all those guinea pigs and all those different types of pets that you could possibly have, animals. Maybe a horse.
Maybe an elephant.
It could be an elephant or tiger. They've had 30.
I can't name 30 animals without getting into some of those.
Some of those African wildlife that they're protecting. But no, I think they should be a great charity to support. And definitely check out the link if you're looking to just donate straight to them too. You're definitely able to do that. But yeah. Otherwise, I think that's kind of everything. Like I said, a lot of information, a lot of what I said can be found on that Board Game Geek link and thread. So that'll probably be the best place to look for answers, but definitely feel free to ask any questions you'd have in the comments below. But otherwise, I think that's all we got for this one. Definitely check out our other videos, and as always, don't forget to
keep on nibbling
on our content.